Good afternoon, everyone. So, I hope you have done your homework. होमवर्क किया है? क्या था होमवर्क? होमवर्क था कुछ? किया है? फाइन. अगेन अगेन हर रोज ऐसे नए फेसेस क्यों देखने को मिलते हैं? राइट. रेगुलर आते जाइए प्लीज. वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. दैट इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग दैट यू शुड डू राइट नाउ. कि रेगुलर क्लासेस करनी. राइट. बाकी क्या पढ़ना है, कैसे पढ़ना है, वो सेकंड स्टेज में आएगा. अभी के लिए आप जिस स्टेज में हो उसमें. राइट. सो मेक श्योर यू attend classes regularly. So there was homework related to carrying capacity. कितने लोगों ने किया है? बाकी के आपको पता ही नहीं था. होमवर्क भी ऑनलाइन किया है. क्लास ऑनलाइन किया था. होमवर्क होमवर्क किया ही नहीं. फाइन, नो प्रॉब्लम. सी कल करके लाइए. राइट. व्हाट यू हैव टू डू, you have to write आंसर टू द क्वेश्चन ऑन कैरिंग कैपेसिटी. 2019 का है क्वेश्चन. राइट. सो 2019 मेंस में एक क्वेश्चन पूछा था ऑन कैरिंग कैपेसिटी. यू हैव टू राइट आंसर टू दैट क्वेश्चन. ठीक है. कल लिख के लाइए. विल डिस्कस दिस पर्टिकुलर आंसर टुमारो. राइट. सो let us continue with our discussion of environment and ecology. Any doubt from yesterday, last class? Any doubt from last class? No doubt? No doubt? Yes. Sorry. हाँ, फिर से एक बार. ज़्यादा नहीं है. In those graphs we start from this point, right? ठीक है. सो ऐसा है एस शेप मॉडल और जे शेप में क्या है, ऐसा है. राइट. सो हियर वी हैव पॉपुलेशन, हियर वी हैव टाइम. राइट. सो इनिशियली पॉपुलेशन कम ही है. राइट. जब इनिशियल टाइम पीरियड था तो पॉपुलेशन कम थी. सुनो, एज टाइम इंक्रीज, लेट्स से मान लेते हैं ये है 800 CE. राइट. जस्ट रैंडम टाइम पीरियड. फिर 1500 CE तक 800 CE में पॉपुलेशन थी. रैंडम नंबर्स अगेन. लेट्स से 2 लाख, 2 करोड़ बहुत ज़्यादा हो जाएगा. लेट्स से 20 लाख. देन 1500 करंट एरा तक आते आते पॉपुलेशन हो गए, मान लेते 1 CR. तो इनिशियली पॉपुलेशन वाज लेस ओनली एंड देन इट स्टार्टेड इंक्रीजिंग बेस्ड ऑन द टाइम पीरियड. ठीक है. सो इट्स नॉट दैट इनिशियली पॉपुलेशन ज़्यादा है, इट इज़ कम ओनली. एनीथिंग एल्स? एनी अदर डाउट? सब लोग जग रहे हैं? नहीं? आर यू देयर? No doubts? Fine. Let us continue with the next topic. Third level now we will be referring to. We have talked about 2 levels. We referred to individual, we referred to population. Third level is community. Community. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Good afternoon. एश्चुरी रीजन नहीं आया, नहीं समझ आया. एश्चुरी रीजन नहीं, आपका समझ मिस हो गया है. नहीं आया, नहीं समझ आया. व्हाट इज एश्चुरी? एश्चुरी मान लेते हैं दिस इज ए बाउंड्री बिटवीन लैंड एंड वाटर. There is a boundary, this is a boundary between land and water, and there is a river that is coming towards this particular boundary. This water is obviously sea. Okay. So there will be an area, let's say this area you can consider. You can consider this area where you will not get fresh water which is present here. यहाँ पे कौन सा water है? Fresh water. You will not get saline water which is present here. In this area, as river is putting its water into sea or ocean, salinity of water will be called as brackish water, where salinity will not be like saline water or fresh water. Salinity in between होगी. इस रीजन को हम कहते हैं एस्चुराइन रीजन. ठीक है अदिति, आई होप इट इज क्लियर कि estuary is that region where river meets water. I hope it is clear. Gunjan, you have doubt about C3, C4. You can ask me, Gunjan, you can ask me towards the end. C3, C4 में doubt है किसी को? Right? Clear है? Right. So, Gunjan, you can ask C3, C4 doubt towards the end. I'll explain that. Repeat viviparity mode of reproduction. See, viviparity mode of reproduction किन में देखने को मिलता है? वो देखने को मिलता है मैमल्स में. मैमल्स में जो मोड ऑफ रिप्रोडक्शन होता है वो है विविपैरी. विविपैरी मोड ऑफ रिप्रोडक्शन मीन्स गिविंग बर्थ टू न्यू वंस, राइट. लेट्स से फॉर ह्यूमंस वी गिव बर्थ टू बेबीज, राइट. फॉर एग्जांपल बर्ड्स में दे जनरली ले एग्स, बट इन केस ऑफ ह्यूमंस इट इज गिविंग न्यू बर्थ टू बेबीज, giving birth to new babies, and that mode of reproduction is called as viviparity. Now we refer to this term viviparity in the context of saline environment. Saline environment में अगर कोई plant species grow हो रही है, these plants that grow in saline environment, उसका सबसे important example है mangroves, right? ये term मैंने refer नहीं की है, but we will be talking about it later on, right? So saline environment में जो plants grow होते हैं उनकी सबसे important variety है mangroves की, right? Now अगर saline environment में plant grow हो रहा है तो obviously excessive salt condition है बाहर, plant के body के बाहर excessive salt condition है, right? तो अगर उसने उसके seeds इस excessive salt condition में drop कर दिए, will there be germination of seed that would occur? Obviously no, right? क्योंकि excessive salt condition is not favorable for the growth of, for the survival of, let's say, seed. That seed would die. It will not undergo the process of germination. ठीक है, तो इसी वजह से इस excessive salt condition में अगर plant ने कोई seed drop किया, it won't be able to undergo the process of germination. Fine, it will die eventually. तो अगर see, the most important thing that living organisms are supposed to do is to continue their progeny, right? Reproduction is the most important thing, most important, let's say, objective as per nature in of let's say living organisms. किसी भी living organism का goal IS बनना नहीं हो सकता है, right? What is the goal that has been assigned by nature? Nature ने कौन सा goal assign किया है? It is to continue progeny, right? जो आपको लाइफ मिली है उस लाइफ को कंटिन्यू करना इज द नेचुरल गोल दैट हैज बीन असाइंड टू एवरी ऑर्गेनिज्म. तो IAS, SSC बाकी के तो हमारे गोल्स है. इट इज नॉट बाय नेचर, राइट? नेचर इज फॉर कंटिन्यू लाइफ, कंटिन्यूएशन ऑफ लाइफ. तो अगर प्लांट का भी वो गोल होगा कि दैट इट हैज टू कंटिन्यू इट्स लाइफ फॉरवर्ड, कैन इट डू इट इन एक्सेसिव सॉल्ट कंडीशन? इट वोंट बी एबल टू. तो अगर उसे वो गोल अचीव करना होगा तो उसे कुछ चेंजेस, कुछ अडेप्टेशंस एग्जिबिट करने होंगे. एंड वन ऑफ द अडेप्टेशन इन दीज प्लांट्स इज विविपैरी मोड ऑफ रिप्रोडक्शन विच इज जनरली सीन इन मैमल्स. तो इस विविपैरी मोड ऑफ रिप्रोडक्शन में क्या होगा? प्लांट्स में जो भी सीड है उसका जर्मिनेशन, उसको जो अंकुर आते हैं, राइट, वो इनसाइड द प्लांट ही आ जाएंगे, राइट? दोज स्प्राउट्स, that germination would happen inside the plant body itself. Once it has germinated, that seed, that germinated seed would be transplanted outside. would be transplanted in the outside environment, where now there is a more chance that that seed would grow into a plant. ठीक है, so that is what is vivipary mode of reproduction. पैडी कल्टीवेशन देखा है कभी? पैडी कैसे कल्टीवेट करते हैं? पैडी के हम लोग सीड्स लगाते हैं क्या? नो, राइट? वॉट एवर लेट्स से स्मॉल प्लांट्स ऑफ पैडी दैट हैव बीन ग्रोन इन सम नर्सरी, उन्हें हम लेते हैं और उन्हें हम ट्रांसप्लांट करते हैं इन द पैडी फील्ड. इट इज लाइक दैट ओनली. बट यहाँ पे वो सीड होता है दैट हैज अंडरगोन द प्रोसेस ऑफ जर्मिनेटेड, नॉट द स्मॉल प्लांट ऑफ पैडी दैट वी डू इन पैडी फील्ड. क्लियर है? आई होप इट इज क्लियर. ऑनलाइन आपका नहीं था, ऑनलाइन स्टूडेंट का डाउट था. इकोलॉजिकल फुटप्रिंट. इकोलॉजिकल फुटप्रिंट किस कॉन्टेक्स्ट में रेफर किया था मैंने? Have you written ecological footprint? See, I'll talk about ecological footprint as time proceeds, right? So just okay, let me tell you what is ecological footprint. So see, we are living on this earth. We need resources to continue our survival, right? When we use those resources, do we lead to production of waste product, right? Then that waste has to be taken care of. अगर वो waste वैसे की वैसे रही environment में, it would lead to more and more diseases. So that waste also has to be taken care of. वो कौन करता है? Nature करता है, right? Similarly, these days, are we producing more and more carbon, right? That carbon is there in air. That carbon also has to be taken care of by nature. So ये सारे जो let's say processes carry out होते हैं nature में, be it giving resources to living organisms, taking care of the waste that they have generated, carrying out the process of carbon sequestration, carrying out the process of let's say carbon sink, कार्बन को absorb करने की process. इन सारे processes को कुछ ना कुछ let's say resources चाहिए होंगे, right? For example, अगर food चाहिए तो हमें let's say we will have to grow crops. If we have to take care of waste, we need the support of decomposers. If we have to take care of carbon that has been produced, we need help of trees. इन सारे चीज़ों को कुछ ना कुछ रिसोर्स चाहिए. तो एक इंडिविजुअल, एक कम्युनिटी, एक रीजन, एक देश, एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन या एक पूरा लेट्स से वर्ल्ड कितने रिसोर्सेस कंज्यूम करता है in order to survive, in order to address the waste that it has generated, is called as ecological footprint, right? The ecological resources used by living organisms to live is called as ecological footprint. ठीक है? अभी human beings का, entire human beings का ecological footprint है 1.71 times the resources generated by earth. ठीक है? अभी हमारा इकोलॉजिकल फुटप्रिंट कितना है? 1.71 टाइम्स. आइडियली कितना होना चाहिए वो? इट शुड बी इक्वल टू द रिसोर्सेज जनरेटेड बाय अर्थ, दैट इज 1. आइडियली कितना होना चाहिए? सिर्फ 1 होना चाहिए. पर आज के डेट में ह्यूमन बींग्स आर नॉट यूजिंग रिसोर्सेज जनरेटेड बाय अर्थ, they are also using resources generated by second earth, and those resources are 0.71, right? But is there any second earth? Is there any second earth जहां से resources आ रहे हैं? Obviously no, right? अगर होता तो आपको पता होता, एटलीस्ट व्हाट्सएप, इंस्टाग्राम से तो आपको पता चल जाता कि yes there is a second earth as well, right? But there is no second earth. अगर आपके पास इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं है, that means there is no second earth. ठीक? तो ये 0.71 कहाँ से आ रहा है? From the next generation's resources. We will be living on this earth for a certain time period. या कोई है जो it will be there for perpetuity? No, we will be there for certain time period, right? तो उस time period में हम कुछ resources use करेंगे. Fine. Then there would be next generations that will be using their resources. Right now, this generation is also using the resources meant for next generation. And that's why we are saying that right now, ecological footprint kitna hai? 1.71. ठीक है, that means we are using up the resources of next generation. Clear है point? So that is called as ecological footprint. कोकोनट ट्री, क्या कोकोनट ट्री? आपने कोकोनट ट्री लिख के क्वेश्चन मार्क कर दिया, मैंने क्या समझना है उससे? You like coconut tree, what I am supposed to understand from that? ठीक है, तो आगे कुछ लिखते जाइए. कोकोनट ट्री इज एन एग्जाम्पल ऑफ व्हाट इट इज. क्या क्या डाउट है आपका? प्लीज वैसे पूछते जाइए. ठीक है ना, ऑनलाइन स्टूडेंट्स बहुत फनी होते हैं. नो प्रॉब्लम. सो लेट अस कंटिन्यू विथ आवर डिस्कशन ऑफ कम्युनिटी. ऑनलाइन स्टूडेंट्स, यू कैन ask your doubts in a while now. So let us continue with our discussion of community. Now, what is community level? We have talked about individual, we have talked about population. इंडिविजुअल में हमने क्या कंसिडर किया था? इंडिविजुअल स्टेज में हमने एक सिंगल इंडिविजुअल को कंसिडर किया था. यू कैन से टाइगर, राइट. सेकंड, वी रेफर टू पॉपुलेशन लेवल, राइट. पॉपुलेशन, पी फॉर पॉपुलेशन. सो वहां पे हमने क्या कंसिडर किया था? टाइगर्स, राइट. व्हाट इज पॉपुलेशन? individuals, group of individuals from same species is population. ठीक है, अभी हम और आगे जा रहे हैं and we are introducing one more term and that is community. Now, in community, we will be referring to not only tigers. Can tigers carry out their life on their own? No, right? We need food for tigers and that is in the form of deers. These deers, can they continue their life without grasses? No. So we'll also have to take into account grasses, right? Then there will be decomposers as well. So what exactly we can, how exactly we can define a community? कैसे define कर सकते हैं community को? अगर ये represent कर रहा है एक community को, can you please define this term community? Right. What is community? Community is a group of individuals from different species. Right? Population में individuals belonging to same species consider किए थे. But when you take group of individuals belonging to different species, that forms community. ठीक है? So tiger एक species है, deer एक species है, grasses, decomposers अलग अलग species है. इनके individuals जब इकट्ठा हम consider करते हैं, that is what is community. So how we can define it? A set of individuals belonging to different species form community. A set of species belonging to different, a set of individuals belonging to different species form community. ठीक है? So that is what is community. Now, what is most important under community? Now, try to understand. See, when this tiger, deer, grasses are living in that particular area, we are calling it as a community. Now, is there any kind of interaction that is going on between tiger and deer? Are they interacting or are they living in isolation? They interact, right? अगर tiger deer को खाएगा नहीं तो वो जी नहीं पाएगा, right? And that's why there is an interaction going on between tiger and deer. We call that interaction as predation. Right? Similarly, deers are also consuming grasses, and that is also a kind of predation only. That is also a kind of predation because deers are using grasses as their source of food. Fine. Then decomposers are acting on these organisms to derive their own nutrients. Right? उन्हें भी decomposers को भी जीना है. They need nutrients. They need energy from these, let's say, organisms. So there is a possibility that we can call this process that decomposers carry out as parasitism. Right? Parasitism या parasites क्या करते हैं? They will try to take their own nutrition from the body of these. So ये क्या है? Predation, parasitism, these are nothing but interactions. These are the interactions that are going on between individuals of different species, and that we have to study under community. तो community में सबसे important aspect क्या है? It is biotic interactions. Tiger, deer, grasses, are they part of biotic components? Are they living? Right? So interaction, ये जो interaction हो रही है इनमें, that interaction is amongst biotic components. And that's why the interaction in community is not ordinary interaction, it is biotic interaction. So next subheading you can give is biotic interaction. Biotic interaction. So what is biotic interaction? An interaction going on between two biotic components of a community. Right? Biotic interaction क्या है? It is a kind of interaction going on between two biotic components of a community. Okay? And that's why we call it as biotic interaction. Now, there are three types of biotic interactions that we will be talking about. We will be discussing three different types of biotic interactions. First है positive biotic interaction, negative biotic interaction, and neutral. Neutral biotic interaction, positive, negative, and neutral. Okay, so let us discuss these one by one. Let us discuss these interactions one by one. Starting firstly with positive biotic interaction. Now focus on the definition, very important. How we can define positive biotic interaction? See, when there is interaction going on between the let's say two different biotic components, it might be the case that due to that interaction both are getting benefited, right? अगर दो बायोटिक कंपोनेंट्स एक दूसरे के साथ इंटरैक्ट कर रहे हैं, उसके वजह से उन दोनों को फायदा हो सकता है, राइट? बट एट द सेम टाइम इट माइट बी द केस दैट एक को फायदा हो रहा है और दूसरे को कोई फायदा नहीं, कोई नुकसान नहीं. That kind of interaction also will be considered as positive biotic interaction. Okay? So how we can define positive biotic interaction? An interaction in which none of the interacting species is at loss. None of the interacting species is at loss. Okay? Fine. So positive biotic interactions are those interactions where none of the interacting species is at loss. फायदा होगा नहीं होगा, that is different. Loss नहीं होना चाहिए. If loss is involved, we won't be able to incorporate it as a part of positive interaction. Okay? So now, so that is the definition. Now let us also discuss about different types of positive biotic interactions. I'll be giving examples of positive biotic interactions for those subtypes only. Okay, so let us refer to the types of positive biotic interaction. Under that, first is mutualism. Now see, it might be the case कि ये बहुत ज़्यादा एग्जाम के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से इम्पोर्टेंट ना हो, बट दीज टर्म्स आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. द टर्म्स दैट वी विल बी रेफरिंग टू आर एक्सट्रीमली इंपॉर्टेंट फ्रॉम द एग्जाम्स पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. ठीक है. सो व्हाट इज म्यूचुअलिज्म? An interaction where an interaction where both the interacting species both the interacting species are getting benefited. Both the interacting species are getting benefited. दोनों को फायदा है, ऐसे इंटरैक्शन को हम कहते हैं म्यूचुअलिज्म. राइट, दोनों स्पीशीज को फायदा होना चाहिए. दैट काइंड ऑफ इंटरैक्शन वुड बी कॉल्ड एज म्यूचुअलिज्म. अगेन म्यूचुअलिज्म के कुछ सब टाइप्स. So we'll refer to the examples of subtypes only. So दो subtypes है म्यूचुअलिज्म के. कौन से? फर्स्ट इज symbiotic. Symbiotic mutualism. Symbiotic mutualism. Now what is symbiotic mutualism? See, it is a mutualism. It is a type of mutualism. That means both the species would be benefited. But this mutualism is that type of mutualism where the interacting species have to live physically close to each other. उन interacting species को एक दूसरे के साथ रहना पड़ता है, then only they'll be able to get benefited. Otherwise, they won't be able to get benefited. Right? When the interacting communities, when the interacting species are living physically close to each other, that mutualism would be called as symbiotic. Right? So you can write interacting communities, interacting species. Interacting species live physically close to each other. Interacting species live physically close to each other. Right? What can be the example of this now? Now we can write. Right. Lichens is one very important example. Lichens. What are lichens? Lichens is a combination of algae and fungi. Right? Lichens क्या है? Now this is an important term, so remember this. Lichens is a combination of algae and fungi. इन दोनों के कॉम्बिनेशन को एक नया एक टर्म है, एंड दैट इज व्हाट इज लाइकेंस. सो व्हाई वी आर कॉलिंग इट एज ए symbiotic mutualism? Because both are getting benefited. Algae को क्या मिलता है fungi से? What algae gets from fungi? No, nutrients. Right? Nutrients and yes, you can say water. ठीक है. इनका एक्सेस मिलेगा algae को from fungi. Now algae will use that nutrient, those nutrients and water, and will prepare its own food. Right? वो अपना खुद का खाना बनाएंगे, and that food would be made available to fungi. So fungi को क्या मिलेगा? Food and also shelter. ठीक है, दोनों को फायदा इस केस में, and that's why we are calling it as symbiotic mutualism. Clear? Fine. Next. Next example is coral polyps and zooxanthellae algae. No. Zooxanthellae algae only. ठीक है, coral polyps and zooxanthellae algae. Right? Now what are coral polyps? कोरल पॉलिप्स आर एनिमल्स, मरीन एनिमल्स. ठीक है, कोरल पॉलिप्स क्या है? मरीन एनिमल्स. एंड जूजेंथेले अल्गे आर अलगे लिविंग इन वाटर बॉडीज. एक्वेटिक रीजन में जो अलगे देखने को मिलता है, दैट इज जूजेंथेले अलगे. फाइन. नाउ दे लिव टुगेदर. दे लिव टुगेदर. एज दे आर लिविंग टुगेदर, ये जूजेंथेले अलगे कोरल पॉलिप्स को क्या देगा? It is algae, it will be able to produce its own food, right? So food milega, food milega from zooxanthellae algae to coral polyps. What coral polyps will give to zooxanthellae algae? Shelter as well as access to nutrients. इनका बॉडी, इन कोरल पॉलिप्स की बॉडी किस स्केलेटन की बनी होती है? कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट, right? So that nutrient would be made available to zooxanthellae algae as well. Are you able to understand? Here, right? घूमना नहीं है, इधर आना है. So coral polyps will give shelter and nutrients. ठीक है? So that is what is an example again. Fine. Next now. Next is non-symbiotic mutualism. Now, have you read yesterday's newspaper? Have you read yesterday's newspaper? No. आप लोग देखते हो न्यूज़पेपर? देखते हैं. तो कल का न्यूज़पेपर देखा है? देखा है? कुछ था सिम्बायोटिक म्यूचुअलिज्म के बारे में? नहीं देखा? राइट. सो इन यस्टरडेज न्यूज़पेपर, जो सी आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट मेन न्यूज़पेपर, एक सप्लीमेंट भी आती है संडे के द हिंदू के साथ, वेर इन लॉट्स ऑफ पिक्चर्स वुड बी देयर. राइट, बहुत सारे पिक्चर्स होते हैं, फोटोज होते हैं. सो देर वॉज वन पिक्चर वेर इन दे हैव हाईलाइटेड. सो यस्टरडेज सप्लीमेंट वॉज रिलेटेड टू लाइफ इन पन्ना. लाइफ इन पन्ना टाइगर रिजर्व, जो एमपी में एक टाइगर रिजर्व है, उसके लेट्स से वाइल्ड लाइफ के बारे में वो फोटोज थे. सो उनमें एक फोटो था वेर इन वन बर्ड स्पीशीज वॉज ईटिंग सम लेफ्ट ओवर फूड, एंड in that leftover food there will be some parasites. So उस leftover food को और parasites को एक bird खाता है. कहाँ से खाता है? From the mouth of some animals like let's say नीलगाय. नीलगाय होती है, उसके माउथ में जो leftover food होगा, and on that food there might be some parasites that would be growing. उनको consume किया जाता है by this bird. So is it a symbiotic mutualism? Is it a symbiotic mutualism? Yes. उस bird को food मिल रहा है, food energy मिल रही है, and whatever harm that parasites may pose to that animal is getting protected from that harm. So both are getting benefited, and that's why that is also an example of symbiotic mutualism. ठीक है? Read newspaper. कल का न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ने की भी ज़रूरत नहीं थी अगर आप सिर्फ आउट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट वो पिक्चर्स आपका माइंड अट्रैक्ट करेंगे. ऐसे पिक्चर्स थे. ठीक है, टाइगर का पिक्चर, अगर टाइगर का कोई फोटो होता है न्यूज़पेपर में, आपका माइंड अट्रैक्ट नहीं होगा वहाँ पे. इट विल बी राइट, एंड दोज टाइगर्स इफ दे आर फाइटिंग ऑब्वियसली यू विल बी अट्रैक्टेड टुवर्ड्स दैट पिक्चर. राइट. सो मेक श्योर यू शुड ऐड दीज काइंड ऑफ एग्जाम्पल्स. घर पे जाके कल का द हिंदू देखना है, वहाँ पे एक एग्जाम्पल मिलेगा इन द सप्लीमेंट. राइट डाउन दैट एग्जाम्पल एज सिम्बायोटिक म्यूचुअलिज्म. ठीक है. कमिंग टू नॉन सिम्बायोटिक म्यूचुअलिज्म. नाउ व्हाट इज नॉन सिम्बायोटिक? इट इज एग्जैक्टली अपोजिट ऑफ दिस. interacting species need not live physically close to each other. Interacting species need not live physically close to each other. ठीक है. एग्जाम्पल्स, राइट. सो यहाँ पे भी इस नॉन सिम्बायोटिक म्यूचुअलिज्म में भी दोनों को फायदा है, पर उस फायदे के लिए देयर इज नो नीड फॉर देम टू लिव फिजिकली क्लोज टू ईच अदर. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, flowering plants and pollinators. Flowering plants and pollinators. Do they benefit each other? Yes, right. So flowering plants को pollinators से क्या मिलेगा? Service of pollination. And flowering plants से pollinators को क्या मिलेगा? Nectar or their food. They'll get their food. Fine. So this is mutualism, but it is non-symbiotic. They need not live together for this benefit, right? अगर अगर दोनों साथ में रहते हैं, well and good. If they do not live together, if there is no interaction between them, that does not mean that this pollinator will die or flowering plant won't be able to carry out its pollination, right? Apart from these pollinators, can wind carry out pollination? Yes, right. Apart from these flowering plants, can these pollinators get food from somewhere else? Yes. And that's why it is an example of non-symbiotic mutualism, right? वो interact करने के लिए साथ में आएंगे, but that साथ में रहना is not necessary for getting that particular benefit. ठीक? One more example that you can write here is nitrogenous or nitrogen fixing bacterias and leguminous plants ठीक है. So this is also नॉन सिम्बायोटिक म्यूचुअलिज्म. इनका एग्जाम्पल भी नॉन सिम्बायोटिक है. क्यों? क्योंकि दोनों को फायदा होता है. अगर ये साथ में आते हैं तो दोनों को फायदा होगा. यस. क्यों? क्योंकि बैक्टीरिया से प्लांट्स को क्या मिलेगा? नाइट्रोजन गैस मिलेगा, राइट? नाइट्रोजन, इंस्टेड ऑफ सेइंग नाइट्रोजन गैस, नाइट्रोजन कंपाउंड्स विल बी गिवन. नाइट्रोजन एज ए न्यूट्रिएंट वुड बी गिवन टू लेग्यूमिनस प्लांट्स. ठीक है. और इन लेग्यूमिनस प्लांट्स को इन लेग्यूमिनस प्लांट्स से इन बैक्टीरियाज को क्या मिलेगा? They'll get food, they'll get shelter. But is it the only source for food, shelter for these bacterias? Is it the only source of nitrogen to this leguminous plant that these bacteria only provide nitrogen? No. Right? Do we add fertilizers? Right? So that can also give nitrogen. Right? And these bacteria can derive their food from some other plants as well. There is no need, there is no compulsion to live with leguminous plants. Clear hai? Are you able to understand this? Yes. ऐसा क्वेश्चन मार्क क्यों है? यू आर नॉट एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड. समझ आ रहा है? यू हैव टू रेज योर हैंड ना. ऐसा मेरे को कैसे पता चलेगा आपके दिमाग में क्या चल रहा है? राइट. फ्रॉम फेस आई कैन गेस कि हाँ समझ में आ रहा है नहीं आ रहा है, बट यू हैव टू आस्क क्वेश्चन इफ यू हैव डाउट. क्लियर? ठीक है. सो दैट इज फर्स्ट टाइप ऑफ इंटरैक्शन दैट यू शुड बी अवेयर ऑफ, एंड दैट इज म्यूचुअलिज्म. ठीक है. क्लियर? नेक्स्ट. Second is commensalism. So what happens in commensalism? So how we can define commensalism? Where one interacting species is benefited and other remains unaffected. And other remains unaffected. उसको कुछ impact नहीं होगा, positive nor negative. So you can write like this, positive and 0. Positive and 0. So you can add this information KGS user. अगर आपके बुक में सिर्फ मेजर माइनर स्टेबल कम्युनिटीज ही दिया है, यू कैन ऐड दिस इंफॉर्मेशन. ठीक है. सो commensalism, what are the examples of commensalism? Examples, for example, the most important example is lianas. The most important example. Now these names are important from the exams point of view. Lianas, what are lianas? Now lianas are those plants that are generally seen in dense forest like equatorial rainforest, dense forest like evergreen forest. ऐसे forest में हमें एक species देखने को मिलता है, and that is lianas. So consider that there is a plant. This is not liana. Consider that there is a plant in that particular dense forest. Now what are lianas? Lianas grow in soil. They grow in soil. But in this dense forest, there is lack of availability of enough sunlight. राइट. यहाँ पे सनलाइट का प्रॉब्लम होगा क्योंकि फॉरेस्ट डेंस है. तो अगर इन लियनाज को ग्रो होना है अच्छे से, तो व्हाट दे विल डू फॉर देयर ग्रोथ, ऑब्वियसली दे नीड सनलाइट. सो इन ऑर्डर टू गेट एक्सेस ऑफ दैट सनलाइट, दीज लियनाज they wrap themselves around this tree. They will wrap themselves around this tree so that they can get access of sunlight. Fine. Now, while interacting with this particular tree, lianas are getting benefited. Lianas are getting benefited. Why? Because they are able to get access of sunlight. But these plants are unaffected. These plants are unaffected. क्यों? क्योंकि lianas are not parasites. Lianas are not parasites. Parasite क्या करता है? Parasite उसकी food, उसकी energy will be taking from its host. But in this case, lianas are not parasite. Why? Because lianas do not take their food energy from this tree. इस ट्री से सिर्फ और सिर्फ फिजिकल सपोर्ट लिया जा रहा है, नथिंग एल्स. फूड नहीं लेते हैं lianas from this particular tree, and that's why this tree is not getting benefited nor it is at loss. Clear? And that's why we are considering it as an example of commensalism. Are you able to understand this? Everyone. Okay, so that is one. I'll show you the picture of lianas as well. One more. Yes. Yes, it is a climber. See, there is a term called as vine, not WINE, VINE. कुछ लोगों के आँख एकदम चमल किया. It is VINE, vine. Right? So the climbers that we see are vines. Fine. Now there is a subcategory under this vines called as woody vines. जो climbers generally हम देखते हैं, what kind of appearance they have? Climbers that generally we see, they have herbaceous appearance. Their stem is of green color. Right? Can you visualize some climber in your mind? फॉर एग्जाम्पल मनी प्लांट. राइट. मनी प्लांट का जो स्टेम होता है वो कौन से कलर का होता है? ग्रीन. राइट. बट देर आर सम अदर वाइन्स, देर आर सम अदर क्लाइंबर्स दैट हैव वुडी अपीयरेंस. लियनाज आर वुडी वाइन्स. लियनाज क्या है? वुडी वाइन्स है. उनका अपीयरेंस, आई विल शो यू द पिक्चर, उनका अपीयरेंस वुडी होता है. राइट. लेट मी शो यू. आई थॉट ऑफ शेयरिंग इट इन अ वाइल, बट नो प्रॉब्लम. Can you see this? Right, so these are lianas. They wrap themselves around some tree so that they can get access of sunlight. Okay? So इनका appearance woody है, right? And that's why we call them woody vine. Next example. Next is epiphytes. Next example is epiphytes. Lianas means bale. You can consider it as bale. ठीक है, पर कौन सा बेल? ऐसा बेल जिसका अपीयरेंस वुडी है. ठीक है. Now, what are epiphytes? Again, epiphytes are seen in dense forest. Epiphytes are seen in dense forest. Let's say this is some tree and this is its branch. Now, you must have seen that some species of small plants grow on that branch of this particular tree. Those trees are epiphytes. No, not trees. Those plants are epiphytes. Okay, those plants are called as epiphytes. Now, in this case, this green color is epiphyte. It is getting benefited again because it is able to get access of sunlight. So, it is getting benefited. But there is no harm to this particular large tree. Now, you may say that it may get harmed because this epiphyte is not rooted in soil. ये सॉइल में रूटेड है क्या एपिफाइट? नो. वेयर इट इज रूटेड? इट इज रूटेड ऑन द ब्रांच ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर ट्री, दिस पर्टिकुलर लार्ज ट्री, राइट? तो एपिफाइट्स, ऐसा हमें लग सकता है कि एपिफाइट्स इस ट्री को हार्म कर रहे हैं बाय यूजिंग सम न्यूट्रिएंट्स, बाय यूजिंग सम वाटर फ्रॉम दिस लार्जर ट्री, बट इट इज नॉट द केस. क्यों? क्योंकि जो एपिफाइट्स है, दे ओनली टेक फिजिकल सपोर्ट एंड न्यूट्रिएंट्स, वाटर दे टेक फ्रॉम एटमॉस्फेयर. न्यूट्रिएंट्स, वाटर कहाँ से लेते हैं ये एपिफाइट्स? एटमॉस्फेयर से लेते हैं, राइट? यू मस्ट बी अवेयर, जो ट्रीज होते हैं, हैव यू सीन मैंगो ट्रीज एंड ऑल? उनका जो आउटर सरफेस होता है, स्पेशली द बार्क ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर ट्री, इट इज एज गुड एज डेड सेल्स, राइट? कभी कभी आपने निकाला भी होगा वो, राइट? वो एक ऐसा शीट, छोटे शीट टाइप्स दिखता है. सो इट इज ए डेड सेल, राइट? इट इज ए डेड सेल. उस डेड सेल पे ग्रो होते हैं एपिफाइट्स, एंड दैट्स वाई उस प्लांट को कोई नुकसान नहीं होता है जब एपिफाइट्स उन पे ग्रो होते हैं. ठीक है? एंड दैट्स वाई अगेन इट इज एन एग्जांपल ऑफ कमेंसलिज्म. Epiphytes are getting benefited positively, and this plant, this tree, is unaffected. Clear? So let me show you epiphytes as well. So can you see this? Right. So maybe this is bamboo, and उस bamboo के let's say एक जो stem है उसके ऊपर एक छोटा सा plant grow हुआ. These are called as epiphytes. Clear? One more example. Now you can see this. Okay, can you see this? So ये एक fish है, right? It is called as clownfish. It is called as clownfish. और ये जो flower like appearance आपको दिख रहा है, it is sea anemone. It is sea anemone, right? So this sea anemone has stinging tentacles. इसके ऊपर जो brush like structure दिख रहा है आपको, it is, these are stinging tentacles. वो ऐसे आउटग्रोथ्स है इस सी एनामोने के बॉडी पे जो पॉइजनस हो सकते हैं, राइट? विच मे बी हार्मफुल इफ समवन टचेस इट, राइट? मे बी बहुत ज़्यादा लेट्स से खुजली हो सकती है उस एनिमल को जिसने उसे टच कर दी. एंड दैट्स वाई एनिमल्स, लार्ज एनिमल्स विल ट्राई टू कीप देमसेल्फ अवे फ्रॉम द स्टिंगिंग टेंटेकल्स ऑफ सी एनामोने. इन सी एनामोने के स्टिंगिंग टेंटेकल्स में स्मॉल स्मॉल फिशेस रह सकते हैं, एंड दोज आर इन द फॉर्म ऑफ दीज क्लाउन फिशेस. नाउ अगर क्लाउन फिशेस इसमें रह रहे तो इन क्लाउन फिशेस के जो प्रेडेटर्स होंगे, दे विल रेजिस्ट देमसेल्फ, दे विल नॉट अटैक दीज क्लाउन फिशेस एज दे आर हिडन इन द सी एनामोने टेंटेकल्स. ठीक है? क्यों? क्योंकि उनको नुकसान हो सकता है, अगर प्रेडेटर्स ने उन्हें अप्रोच किया तो उन्हें नुकसान होगा. So what is the benefit that these clownfish are getting from sea anemone? Protection. They are getting protected from their predators. Fine. But is there any impact, positive or negative, on this sea anemone? No. and that's why again it is an example of commensalism. Okay, so you can add one more example here. Sea anemone and clownfish. Sea anemone and clownfish. Okay, so those are the examples that you should be aware of. Let me see, is there any other example? I should have given one more example, but we have referred to it under our discussion of adaptations in plants in nutrient poor soil. एक एग्जाम्पल लिया था हमने वहाँ पे माइकोराइजे फंगस का. So where you can put that example, mycorrhizae fungus? Mutualism. But which type of mutualism? Sure, it is non-symbiotic mutualism. Mycorrhizae fungus is non-symbiotic mutualism. दोनों को फायदा है, but उस फायदे के लिए दोनों का साथ में आना जरूरी है क्या? Is it the case that plants can get nutrients and water only when they form association with fungus? No, they can get water and nutrients even without the association, right? Similarly, is it the case that that fungus is dependent on plant for its food and shelter? No, right? So mycorrhizae fungus also you can add as an example of non-symbiotic mutualism. It is mutualism, but it is non-symbiotic mutualism. Okay. So that is what are the types of positive interaction, mutualism, and commensalism, and these are the examples. Now one more type I would like to add here is proto-cooperation. Proto-cooperation. Okay, proto-cooperation. Now we have referred to mutualism. Mutualism में क्या होता है? It is positive positive. No, mutualism, I am just saying positive, right? Mutualism में positive positive है. Proto cooperation में भी positive है. Proto cooperation में भी positive है. पर this kind of proto cooperation, this kind of interaction is not necessary for survival, right? अगर दो species के individuals साथ में आके रहते हैं, it is well and good, they would be benefited, but it is not that that benefit they will be able to get only if they are able to forming that particular association. Let me give you an example to make you understand proto cooperation. Let me show you the example. So it is of sea anemone and hermit crab. It is an example of sea anemone and hermit crab. So can you see this? Can you see this picture? ठीक है, तो ये जो आपको दिख रहा है, दिस इज क्रैब, राइट, कॉल्ड एज हर्मिट क्रैब, और उसके बॉडी के ऊपर क्या है? सी एनेमोने. ठीक है, नाउ एज दिस हर्मिट क्रैब is forming association with sea anemone, will it be possible for the predators of this hermit crab to attack it? They will desist. They will make sure that they do not attack this hermit crab. क्यों? क्योंकि उस अटैक में उनको नुकसान होगा because of the sea anemone, right? When they are living together, when these are living together, predators of this crab will not attack this crab. क्यों? क्योंकि उस अटैक के दरमियान सी एनामोने के स्टिंगिंग टेंटेकल्स का सामना उन्हें करना पड़ेगा, एंड दोज स्टिंगिंग टेंटेकल्स मे हार्म दैट पर्टिकुलर अटैकर, दैट पर्टिकुलर प्रेडेटर. फाइन. इससे बेनिफिट किसको मिल रहा है? क्रैब को. क्रैब इज गेटिंग बेनिफिटेड फ्रॉम प्रेडेटर. क्रैब इज गेटिंग protected from predator, right? वो उसको प्रोटेक्शन मिल रहा है कहाँ से? प्रीडेटर्स की वजह से, राइट? प्रीडेटर्स से, किसके वजह से? सी एनेमोने की वजह से. फाइन. So this is the benefit for hermit crab, that it is getting protection. Fine. Now this sea anemone, as it is living on the body of this hermit crab, it will be able to move from one place to another place very easily. Right? उसको क्या मिल रहा है? इस सी एनेमोने को क्या मिल रहा है? उसको फ्री राइड मिल रही है. What it is getting? Free ride. So are they getting benefited in this type of association? Right? हर्मिट क्रैब को प्रोटेक्शन मिल रहा है, सी एनेमोने को क्या मिल रहा है? फ्री राइड मिल रही है. फाइन. सो दिस इज ए काइंड ऑफ म्यूचुअलिज्म, राइट? दिस इज ए काइंड ऑफ म्यूचुअलिज्म. बोथ आर गेटिंग बेनिफिटेड. बट दिस टाइप ऑफ एसोसिएशन इज नॉट नेसेसरी. ऐसा है क्या कि ये क्रैब जब सी एनेमोने के साथ एसोसिएशन फॉर्म करेगा तब भी उसे प्रोटेक्शन मिलेगा? नो. These crabs have their own protections as well, right? They have natural protection with them as well. उनके जो क्या बोलते हैं उन्हें, claws, right? So they can be used by these hermit crabs to protect themselves. It is not, their protection is not dependent on sea anemone, right? Similarly, sea anemone, can it move from one place to another place on its own? It can. It is not that sea anemone is dependent on this particular crab for its movement. Fine. So दोनों को फायदा हो रहा है, but that does not mean उस फायदा वो जो बेनिफिट है उस बेनिफिट के लिए वो एक दूसरे के ऊपर डिपेंडेंट है. Fine. So that's why we do not call this mutualism as mutualism. We call it proto-cooperation. दोनों को फायदा है, but that faida, that benefit is not dependent on each other. Clear? So that is what is proto-cooperation. ठीक है? Are you able to understand? हाँ. सिम्बायोटिक म्यूचुअलिज्म में उन दोनों को साथ में आना जरूरी है फॉर देयर सर्वाइवल. If they want to survive, they will have to come together for that benefit. इसमें अगर साथ में आते हैं तो बेनिफिट मिलेगा, पर उस बेनिफिट को लेने के लिए दे नीड नॉट हैव टू डिपेंड ऑन ईच अदर. राइट? डिपेंडेंस नहीं है यहाँ पे, कंपल्शन नहीं है. राइट? इन सिम्बायोटिक म्यूचुअलिज्म देयर इज ए कंपल्शन. अगर कोरल पॉलिप्स को फूड चाहिए, अगर जूजैंथेले अल्गे को न्यूट्रिएंट्स चाहिए, दोनों को साथ में आना ही पड़ेगा. दे कैनॉट लिव अवे फ्रॉम ईच अदर. पर इस केस में हर्मिट क्रैब को अगर प्रोटेक्शन चाहिए तो उसको नेसेसरी नहीं है कि वो सी एनेमोने के साथ एसोसिएशन फॉर्म करे. इफ इट फॉर्म्स एसोसिएशन विद सी एनेमोने, गुड, नो प्रॉब्लम, बट दैट इज नॉट कंपल्सरी कि उसको प्रोटेक्शन सिर्फ सी एनेमोने के वजह से ही मिलेगा. राइट? सेम इज द केस विथ हर्मिट क्रैब. Same is the case with sea anemone. Sea anemone can move on its own from one place to another. It is not relying on the hermit crab for its movement. अगर उसने hermit crab के ऊपर let's say free ride लेने का सोचा तो वो ले सकता है. But it is not that ride, that movement of sea anemone is dependent on hermit crab. Right? Dependency is an important aspect here. ठीक है? And this kind of interaction is called as proto-cooperation. Write down the definition. I'll dictate this. Because see, it is also a kind of animal. ऐसा नहीं कि जो resources उसके around है उसके ऊपर ही उसका पूरा life चला जाएगा. You will have to move to different area to get another resources. Right? Resources will exhaust in that area. It will have to move to some other area for the resources. ठीक है? Please write down this. See, in non-symbiotic, there is a physical closeness for a time being. And with that physical closeness, they will be able to get the benefit. Right? पर यहाँ पे physical closeness है, but that physical closeness is not necessary. Right? Necessity Mutualism, let me introduce that term. I thought of introducing that term after dictation. Let me introduce. Mutualism is called as obligatory mutualism. Mutualism is called as obligatory mutualism. Don't write this term immediately. Let me give you the definition and then you can write. हाँ, इसके लिए लिख लीजिए, म्यूचुअलिज्म के बाजू में जो जगह है वहाँ पे लिख लीजिए, म्यूचुअलिज्म इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड एज ऑब्लिगेटरी म्यूचुअलिज्म. ये टर्म थोड़ा 5 मिनट के बाद लिखे. द टर्म इज फैकल्टेटिव. इज वेरी सिमिलर, पर कंपल्शन मेक्स इट डिफरेंट, राइट. यहाँ पे कंपल्शन है, यहाँ पे कंपल्शन नहीं है. ठीक है. आर यू एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस पॉइंट एवरीवन? फाइन. प्लीज राइट डाउन वन पॉइंट. प्रोटो कोऑपरेशन के लिए पॉइंट लिखिए. इट इज अ काइंड ऑफ इंटरैक्शन वेयर both the species, it is a kind of interaction where both the species are benefited. Both the species are benefited. But that benefit is not dependent. That benefit is not dependent on. That benefit is not dependent on the association. On the association. That is the association is not obligatory. The association is not obligatory for the survival. For the survival. Next point. It is also known as facultative mutualism. It is also known as facultative mutualism. Okay. Now one more point, just to make you clear the difference between mutualism and proto cooperation. Mutualism, next point, mutualism, in bracket both, symbiotic and non-symbiotic, both symbiotic and non-symbiotic, are important for the survival. Are important for the survival. And hence are more obligatory in nature. Are more and hence are more obligatory in nature. Okay. Now see, it might be confusing you between, let's say, non-symbiotic and proto cooperation. See, यहाँ पे there is no obligation to come together. But even in non-symbiotic mutualism, there can be some obligation for them to come together. Fine. Agar for example, when we add fertilizers to soil, that plant can get its nitrogen, right? But is it waiting, or will it be waiting for human beings to add nutrients to soil, or urea to soil, fertilizers to soil? No. It will try to form its own source of nutrient, and that would be in the form of association with bacteria, right? So it is degree of compulsion. There is compulsion in mutualism, there is compulsion in symbiotic mutualism, there is lesser degree of compulsion in non-symbiotic mutualism, and there is no compulsion in proto cooperation. Are you able to understand this point? Right? Degree of compulsion changes in mutualism and proto cooperation. Right? Mutualism के दो जो सब टाइप्स हमने देखे थे, symbiotic mutualism, वहाँ पे एसोसिएशन कंपलसरी है, वहां पे एसोसिएशन कंपलसरी है। जो नॉन सिम्बायोटिक म्यूचुअलिज्म हमने देखा, वहां पे इफ यू कंपेयर इट, नॉन सिम्बायोटिक इफ यू कंपेयर इट विथ प्रोटो कोऑपरेशन, तो नॉन सिम्बायोटिक में कंपल्शन होगा, बट इन प्रोटो कोऑपरेशन देयर विल बी नो कंपल्शन। आर यू एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस पॉइंट? ठीक है, क्लियर है? So that is what is proto cooperation. I hope you have written this term facultative. I hope you have written this term obligatory for mutualism. लिखा है वहां पे, right? Next now. Next. So that is what is first interaction called as positive interaction. Second one now. Second one is negative. Negative biotic interaction. Negative biotic interaction. Barnacles come under commensalism or proto-cooperation. See, they would come under commensalism. They would come under commensalism, but some barnacles are harmful as well. But see, जो majority of barnacles would be there, they would be under commensalism. But there are some barnacles which would be harmful to that particular fish, which would be a kind of parasite. ठीक है, पर otherwise barnacles का association with fishes would be commensalism. Leech and all, I am coming to it. Leech is not related to positive, it is related to negative. I'll talk about it in a while. So let us refer to negative biotic interaction. So what is negative biotic interaction? It is that kind of interaction where there is loss for both species, right? दोनों को नुकसान हो सकता है, या एक को नुकसान एक को फायदा, एक को नुकसान एक को फायदा, या एक को नुकसान, other remains unaffected. Fine. So all these three possibilities are possible in negative biotic interaction. Fine. Now you may think कि यहाँ पे तो एक को benefit हो रहा है, तो why it is not positive biotic interaction? But what is the definition of positive biotic interaction? Read. No one should be at loss. It is not about the benefit. I told you positive biotic interaction is not about the benefit. It is about that there should not be any loss. So अगर यहाँ पे किसी को लॉस हो रहा है और एक दूसरे को फायदा हो रहा है, तो this interaction cannot be considered as positive. क्यों? क्योंकि loss is in. So what is the definition? Negative biotic interaction. Definition is at least one of the interacting species, at least one of the interacting species should be at loss. At least एक को तो नुकसान होना चाहिए. Then that kind of interaction would be referred as negative. Okay? So now we'll refer to types of negative biotic interaction. Types of negative biotic interaction. First is exploitation. First type is exploitation. So what is exploitation? An interaction where online students, there was interruption because of the power cut. Coming back. So exploitation. What is exploitation? Negative biotic interaction. It is that interaction where one is getting benefited and other is at loss, right? So one interacting species is benefited note is not responding. आज इनको भी चाहिए कि छुट्टी हो जाए. Fine. So one interacting species is benefited and other is at ठीक है. So that is what is exploitation. One is getting benefited. Exploitation में भी वैसा ही होता है. In real life, in let's say history, you must have studied, जो भी exploitation हुआ है, एक को benefit हुआ है, एक को loss हुआ है. For example, colonialism में colonies का exploitation हुआ है और जो power थी colonial power उसका उसको benefit हुआ है. Same. So there are two types of it. There are two types of it. First is predation. First is predation and second is parasitism. Predation and parasitism. Predation and parasitism. Okay. So how they are different? See, both are the types of exploitation. इसका मतलब यहाँ पे भी यही होगा. एक को फायदा, एक को नुकसान. But how they are different? In predation, losing species loses its life. Losing species loses its life. And here, losing species loses its body fluids. ठीक है, दैट इज व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस. लॉस किसका है? यहाँ पे लॉस लाइफ का है प्रिडेशन में, यहाँ पे लॉस बॉडी फ्लूइड्स का है. राइट, दैट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन प्रिडेशन एंड पैरासिटिज्म. एग्जाम्पल, यू कैन राइट योर फेवरेट एग्जाम्पल्स, लायन, डियर्स, राइट, जो भी आपको लिखना है वहां पे लिख सकते हो. ठीक है. पैरासिटिज्म के एग्जाम्पल्स. Parasites are like, let's say, leech on the body of animals, tick on the body of, let's say, dogs, head lice on the body of humans, cuscuta on plants. Cuscuta is Amar Bale. Amar Bale. If you want to write in bracket, you can write Amar Bale as well. Amar Bale. ठीक है. So those are parasites: leech, head lice, tick, cuscuta, and they are living on their host. These are host. Host loses body fluid. होस्ट को लॉस किसका है? बॉडी फ्लूइड्स का. जब टीक डॉग के बॉडी पे लेट्स से रहता है, it sucks blood out of it, and that's why there is a loss of body fluid, and hence it is an example of parasitism. Clear? Simple it is. Now एक बॉक्स बनाएंगे, एक बॉक्स. हेडिंग इज टाइप्स ऑफ पैरासाइट्स. Heading is types of parasites. Under that, first, types of parasites. Close मत करिए box, open ended रखिए. Right. So first is ectoparasites. ECTO, ectoparasites. ECTO, ectoparasites. Under that, parasites living on the body of host are ecto. Next. ठीक है. सो these are ectoparasites. ये बॉडी के ऊपर रहते हैं. राइट, they are living on the body of the host. Right, so all these are ectoparasites. Right. Second type, ENDO, endoparasites. ENDO, endoparasites. Under that, parasites that live inside the host body. Okay, so are there parasites living within the body of organisms? Yes, you can write example gut bacterias. Gut bacterias. You can write example of Plasmodium. Have you heard about Plasmodium? What it is? सिर्फ सुना है. सुनने में तो वो आपको इंस्टाग्राम पे भी आ गया होगा. What it is? सुना है मतलब इस कॉन्टेक्स्ट में आपने पढ़ा है क्या? आपने कहीं ये टर्म पढ़ा है क्या न्यूज़पेपर में, या जो भी सोर्स करंट अफेयर्स का आपने देखा है वहाँ पे? What is Plasmodium? Plasmodium, for example, Plasmodium falciparum. Right? Plasmodium falciparum, Plasmodium vivax. What are they? They are pathogens that lead to malaria. Right? इनसे मलेरिया होता है. Plasmodium falciparum, Plasmodium vivax की वजह से मलेरिया होता है. So they are parasites. They live in our body. Right? एक पूरी साइकिल होती है मलेरिया होने की. So वो साइकिल अभी इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है. What you should remember that these are examples of parasites. ठीक है. Next. Obligate parasites. Third type. Obligate parasites. Under that, these are those parasites that cannot survive without their host. ठीक है. सो ऑब्लिगेशन है इनके कि वो उनके होस्ट के साथ रहे. इफ देर इज नो होस्ट, देर विल नॉट बी दीज पैरासाइट्स. राइट? एंड दैट्स व्हाई इट इज ऑब्लिगेटरी पैरासाइट्स. एग्जाम्पल, viruses. So viruses, can we consider them as obligate parasites? Yes. You must be aware, for the multiplication of viruses, they need cell. Viruses are on the verge of living and non-living. Right? They are not considered as living nor non-living. वो एक boundary पे है. Living और non-living में जो boundary है, उसके ऊपर कोई organism होगा, उसके ऊपर कोई entity हुई, not organism, entity अगर होगी, वो है virus. Right? Because they need cell for their multiplication. Right? And that's why they are constantly looking for cell. With that cell, they'll be able to, let's say, multiply. They will capture the machinery of that cell, and they will use that cell for their own multiplication. So they are obligate parasites. They cannot survive without their host. Same is the case with Plasmodium. Plasmodium is also obligate parasite. It has to survive with its host only. Okay? So that is what is obligate. Fourth, facultative parasites. Under that, so again, very similar to the facultative mutualism. What is facultative mutualism? आप यही हैं. You must have written, flip your pages and see. Can you spot facultative mutualism? लिखा है what it is? It is a kind of interaction where both species are benefited. Exactly. Right? So it is very similar. Facultative parasitism or facultative parasites are very similar to the term that we have already referred to. यहाँ पे होस्ट के ऊपर उनका सर्वाइवल डिपेंडेंट नहीं है. फाइन. दे इफ दे लिव ऑन और इन देयर होस्ट, their survival would be better, but they are not dependent on their host. Under that, if they live on their host, if they live on their host, their survival would be better. Their survival would be better. ठीक है. Example. Now, one very typical example, Naegleria floweri. Naegleria floweri. Have you heard about brain eating amoeba? It is brain eating amoeba. राइट. जो केरला में बहुत सारे इंस्टांसेस आपने सुने होंगे कि ब्रेन ईटिंग अमीबा देखने को मिला है. राइट. सो दैट ब्रेन ईटिंग अमीबा इज दिस. ठीक है. नेग्लेरिया फ्लोवेरी. सो जो केरला में जो इंस्टांसेस हुए हैं उनमें ऐसा देखने को मिला था. जो अनक्लीन वाटर बॉडीज है, लेक्स, पॉन्ड्स हो सकते हैं, इवन इवन नॉट सो वेल मेंटेन्ड स्विमिंग पूल्स, इवन not so well maintained overhead tanks, इनमें इन बैक्टीरियाज इन अमीबाज की ग्रोथ हो सकती है. एंड दे एंटर थ्रू नोज. इफ यू ड्रिंक दैट वाटर, नो प्रॉब्लम. इफ यू ड्रिंक दैट वाटर, देर इज नो प्रॉब्लम. बट इफ समहाउ दैट वाटर इज, लेट्स से, इनहेल्ड, राइट, कभी कभी नाक, जब तैरते नाक में पानी चला जाता है, सो इफ दैट हैपन्स, then this particular amoeba may enter, and through the nose it may go to brain and may start degrading the cells of brain, and that's why it is called as brain eating amoeba. ठीक है. सो ये एक एग्जाम्पल है फैकल्टेटिव म्यूचुअलिज्म. यहाँ पे होस्ट कौन है? ह्यूमंस. ह्यूमंस. वन मोर, कैंडिडा albicans. Candida albicans. Candida albicans. It is an example of species of yeast. Y-E-A-S-T. ठीक है. So that is what is facultative parasitism. ठीक है. Fifth type is brood parasitism. Brood parasitism. Now you must be aware that cuckoo puts its eggs in the nest of crow. So that kind of practice wherein one organism is putting its eggs, is laying its eggs in the nest of some other organism, is called as brood parasitism. Okay? So under that you can write. Here parasites lay their eggs. Here parasites lay their eggs in the nest of some other organisms. ठीक है. So that is what is brood parasitism. Fine. Clear है ये 5 terms, right? One more term which is not exactly related to types of parasitism, पर हम उसे यहाँ पे ही डिस्कस करेंगे. If not, let's say you should not give number 6, but एक सब हेडिंग दीजिए, एक बुलेट पॉइंट दीजिए. Term is parasitoids. Term is parasitoids. Now, what are parasitoids? See, these are those parasites. These are those parasites that live with host and eventually they kill their host. These are those organisms that live in their host, and as a life process, as a life cycle, they eventually kill their host. Okay? So that is what is parasitoids. This is very important term, parasitoids. So under that you can write. Those parasites those parasites that live with their host, that live with their host and eventually kill it, and eventually kill it to complete its life cycle, complete its life cycle. ठीक है, example, certain wasps, wasp, beetles, certain wasps, beetles are parasitoids, right? Let me show you a picture of wasps and beetles. ठीक है, so these are wasps and beetles. These are beetles. Fine. So they live with their host and eventually they kill it. Okay. So that is what is parasitoids. Fine. You can close that box. You can close that box. Now, call can we call mosquitoes as parasites? क्या क्या? Fine, means that can be considered as an example of parasitoids. Fine, no problem. Eventually वही होगा अगर brain को वो खा रहा है. See, but again, it is not that in all the cases it would lead to death, because there are, let's say, there are treatments available. Treatment है उसके लिए. So eventually उसका end result हमेशा killing of the individual नहीं होगा, and that's why we are putting it separately. ठीक है, पर यहाँ पे उसका end result ही वही. You must be aware, even scorpions, जो स्कॉर्पियन का जन्म होता है वो कैसे होता है? दे जो लार्वे होते हैं स्कॉर्पियन के, दे हैव टू कम आउट बाय कटिंग द बॉडी ऑफ देयर मदर, and eventually their mother passes away, right? Don't feel so sorry for mother, because after mating that mother kills the partner, right? मेटिंग के बाद वो मदर उसके पार्टनर को किल करती है. So don't feel so sorry for that scorpion mother, right? So these are very, let's say, behavioral practices that we have in nature. बहुत अतरंगी प्रकार के behavioral practices है nature पे. ठीक है. So coming back to the mosquito, I was referring to mosquito. Mosquitoes, are they parasites? Are they parasites? Mosquitoes are not parasites. मॉस्किटोज आर नॉट पैरासाइट. जनरली हमें लगता है कि मॉस्किटोज पैरासाइट्स है, पर मॉस्किटोज पैरासाइट्स नहीं है. दे आर नॉट डिपेंडेंट ऑन ह्यूमन ब्लड फॉर देयर सर्वाइवल. दे गेट देयर फूड फ्रॉम, लेट्स से, trees, insects and all, right? Not insects, trees generally. Mosquitoes generally are herbivores, right? पर एक स्टेज में उनको ह्यूमन ब्लड की आवश्यकता होती है, उनको ह्यूमन ब्लड की ज़रूरत होती है एक स्टेज में, एंड दैट इज ड्यूरिंग द प्रोसेस ऑफ लेइंग ऑफ एग्स. उस प्रोसेस के दरमियान दे नीड प्रोटीन फॉर द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ देयर एग्स, राइट? सो उस प्रोसेस के दरमियान ओनली फीमेल मॉस्किटोज विल बाइट. ठीक है, फीमेल मॉस्किटोज ओनली बाइट, दैट टू ड्यूरिंग ए स्टेज ऑफ लेइंग ऑफ एग्स. ठीक है, fine, no problem. Next, second one. Second negative biotic interaction. Exploitation is done. Next now. Next is competition. Next is competition. So, see, generally You may think that competition में एक को benefit एक को नुकसान हो रहा है, right? But in nature it is not the case, right? In competition there is loss to both the interacting species, both competing species. Both the competing species are at loss. Both the competing species are at loss. ठीक है? Why so? Why so? For example, lion और tiger में competition है for deer. ठीक है? Consider that उस forest में जिनमें ये दोनों रह रहे resources की बहुत कमी है. अगर resources की कमी है तो इस deer के लिए अगर ये दोनों compete कर रहे होंगे तो you can imagine the level of competition. Because resources are not let's say plenty in that particular area, so they will be competing fiercely. मान लेते हैं कि this deer gives them, or let's say if any one of this catches this deer, will give them 1000 kilocalories of energy. Random numbers, right? So deer can provide 1000 kilocalories of energy to the winning, let's say, animal, right? पर ये दोनों इतना fiercely compete कर रहे हैं कि they are losing, both are losing, let's say 1200 kilocalories of energy, right? उस competition में इन दोनों ने, lion ने 1200 kilocalories energy use कर दी, tiger ने भी 1200 kilocalories energy use कर दी, right? Consider that lion wins the competition. Lion को deer मिल गया. Despite that, lion will be able to make only 1000 kilocalories of energy from that deer. Again, it is at loss for 200 kilocalories. And that's why in competition, both are at loss. Okay? Now, there are two types of competitions that you should be aware of. There are two types of competitions. एक है interspecies and second is intra-species. एक है inter and second is intra-species, right? For example, interspecies मतलब कैसे होता है? Tiger 1 competing with tiger 2. That is interspecies. And intra-species कैसे होता है? Tiger competing with lion. ठीक है? As per you, which is more fierce? ज्यादा वायलेंट इंटरैक्शन इन दोनों में से कौन सी होगी? डिपेंड्स ऑन बोथ. ऐसा ऑप्शन ही नहीं है. यस, which one is more fierce? Interspecies is more fierce, right? Yeah, intra. How many for inter? Interspecies is more fierce. And how many for intra? See, when the resource required is same, right? आप सब compete कर रहे हैं, right? We are, means all of us are interspecies, right? एक ही species से belong करते हैं हम लोग. So you are competing for some limited seats. जब resource requirement same होगी, competition ज़्यादा fierce होगी, right? इन मान लेते हैं, just for example, दोनों tigers prefer deers as their food, right? Let us consider that tigers prefer deer as their food. Fine. Oh, sorry. Yes, intras. Right. It should be intra, right? And it should be inter. Intra species matlab within the species. Sorry. Right. So intra species means within the species. So please make that correction. Intra species this is, and this is inter interspecies. Fine. So intraspecies is within this species. Same tiger, same individuals of the species will be competing. Right? Consider that tigers are more interested as a food. They like deers. ठीक है, यहाँ पे टाइगर और लायन compete कर रहे हैं. मान लेते जो रिसोर्स अवेलेबल है वो है नीलगाय. ठीक है. Now what tigers prefer? They prefer deer. So resource required for tiger is in the form of deer. Lions, let us consider lions prefer नीलगाय. ठीक है. तो जब टाइगर और लायन compete करेंगे नीलगाय के लिए, एक लेवल आएगी जब टाइगर बोलेगा छोड़ देते हैं, आई एम नॉट इंटरेस्टेड इन नीलगाय एनी हाउ. तो दैट कंपटीशन माइट नॉट बी वेरी फियर्स. पर इन दोनों की रिसोर्स रिक्वायरमेंट सेम है, एग्जैक्टली सेम है, and that's why they will be competing very fiercely for that particular resource. Are you able to understand this point? Right, so that is what is intraspecies. When the resource requirement is same, competition will be fierce. When resource requirement is different, इसको कुछ अलग चाहिए पर कुछ अलग मिल रहा है, and that's why it will compete, but it will not compete fiercely. ठीक है, and that's why interspecies competition is not very fierce. जो competition, which competition is more fierce? That competition which is amongst the individuals of same species, क्योंकि उनकी जरूरत same है. Are you able to understand this point? Right, so that is what is competition. Clear? Last point for today, and that is very important again. It is referred as amensalism. Now we have also referred to, apart from negative, positive, we have also referred to negative and zero. Right? So how we can define amensalism? That interaction where one species is at loss and other remains unaffected. एक को लॉस है और दूसरे को कोई फायदा नहीं, कोई नुकसान नहीं. Example. So firstly, let me give a simple example, not very exam oriented. So no need to write. You must have seen that there are plants और उन plants के नीचे कोई small bush grow हो रहा है, right? So it might be the case this large tree as a life process is using up the resources like water, nutrients in this particular area. It is also blocking access of sunlight for this particular small bush. So small bush के ऊपर negative impact हो रहा है. Why? Because it is losing the resources as well as sunlight. But is it done by this particular plant deliberately? No. As it is growing, as this tree is growing, it will be using nutrients as well as water. Fine. And that's why this is not a deliberate action by this particular larger tree, and that's why it is unaffected. But due to mere presence of this larger tree, this smaller bush is getting negatively affected, and that's why it is at loss. Right. So this is an example of amensalism, but not exam oriented. Let me give you some exam oriented examples. Let me give you some exam oriented examples. For example, black walnut and neighboring trees. Black walnut and neighboring trees. Now, black walnut is a species of plant. As a life process, it produces some chemicals. Right? Is it producing those chemicals deliberately? No. As a life process, it produces some chemicals. These chemicals unfortunately have negative impact on whichever species of plants that grow in the vicinity of black walnut. इन केमिकल्स की वजह से इन नेबरिंग प्लांट्स के ऊपर निगेटिव इम्पैक्ट होगा. बट इज इट a deliberate, is it a kind of deliberate action by black walnut? No, and that's why it is unaffected, but these neighboring plants are negatively affected. ठीक है. This practice, this process of producing chemicals as a part of life process which are harmful to nearby plants is called as allelopathy. Allelopathy. राइट. व्हाट इज एलेलोपैथी? लिख लीजिए पहले, मैं डिक्टेट करूंगा एलेलोपैथी की डेफिनेशन. एग्जाम्पल क्लियर है? राइट. सो एलेलोपैथी की डेफिनेशन यू कैन राइट नाउ. इट इज ए प्रैक्टिस, it is a practice wherein chemicals produced by an organism tend to have negative impact on the nearby organisms. ठीक है. So that is known as allelopathy. That is allelopathy. Here है term. Allelopathy is that practice wherein chemicals would be produced. Those chemicals will be having negative impact on the nearby organisms. Right. One more and last example, and then we'll conclude. It is penicillium and bacterias. It is penicillium. What is penicillium? It's a fungus, right? Penicillium क्या है? Fungus species. So naturally, this penicillium produces a chemical which we call as penicillin. This penicillin is antibiotic in nature. This penicillin, which is a chemical produced by this penicillium fungus, can have negative impact on bacteria. Right? So bacteria के ऊपर negative impact है, पर penicillium, which is a fungus, does not have any impact. ठीक है? So you must be aware of Louis Pasteur. Right? So Louis Pasteur ने ये invention किया था. Right? What happened? He left over some food and went to, let's say, his place. Right? वो कहीं दूसरे जगह पे रहता था, वहाँ पे उसने कुछ खाना प्लेट में छोड़ के वो उसके नेटिव प्लेस में चला गया. When he returned, he found that around that particular, let's say, around that particular plate of food, there was growth of some bacteria. पर ऐसे जगह पे बैक्टीरियाज उसको नहीं दिखे जहाँ पे एक फंगस ग्रो हो गई थी. Right? He was not able to spot bacteria where fungus has grown. Then he carried out research, he carried out, let's say, experiments, and he discovered that there is production of some chemical which acts as antibiotic for the bacteria. And that led to invention of the first antibiotic, and that is penicillin. Okay? So penicillium is a fungus that produces chemical naturally called as penicillin, and this is harmful to the bacteria. Clear? So that is what is amensalism. Other points, we are left with only one, which is not at all important. We are almost completed. 99% of our discussion of community is done. 1% is neutral biotic interaction. We'll talk about it tomorrow. So if you have any doubt, please ask. Else, see you tomorrow. Once again, explain brood parasitism. Brood parasitism is that practice wherein eggs are laid by one organism into the nest of other. Right? Cuckoo and crow. Cuckoo क्या करता है? जो कोयल होती है वो अपने जो eggs होते हैं, it is let's say पुट इन द नेस्ट ऑफ क्रो, वो अपना खुद का नेस्ट नहीं बनाते, दे पुट देयर लेट्स से एग्स इन द नेस्ट ऑफ क्रो, दैट इज ब्रूड पैरासिटिज्म. इंटर इंट्रा फाइन, वो थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूजन हो गया. सो लेट मी एक्सप्लेन इंटर एंड इंट्रा. So inter and intra I am explaining again. See, intra-species is within the species. Intra-species is within the species. That means individuals of same species will be competing. You can consider this example. Tiger 1 is competing with tiger 2. ठीक है, इन दोनों की resource requirement exactly same है, and that's why for that resource they will compete fiercely. Right? That is what is intra. Inter में क्या है? In inter we have different individuals of different species. एक इंडिविजुअल होगा लायन स्पीशीज का, दूसरा होगा टाइगर स्पीशीज का, एंड देयर रिसोर्स रिक्वायरमेंट वुड बी डिफरेंट. फाइन, एज देयर रिसोर्स रिक्वायरमेंट इज डिफरेंट, their competition would not be as fierce as intra species. ठीक है, so that is what is inter and intra. Negative biotic interaction के types exploitation से नहीं चली क्लास. नो, उसके बाद वहीं से कंटिन्यू किया. देयर वाज पावर कट और वहीं से एक्सप्लॉयटेशन से ही हमने कंटिन्यू किया है. सो यू हैव नॉट मिस्ड एनीथिंग हर्षित, राइट. सो देयर वाज पावर कट फॉर एवरीवन, इवन ऑफलाइन में भी पावर कट हो गया था. तो जो हमने रेज्यूम किया था क्लास, तो एक्सप्लॉयटेशन से ही रेज्यूम किया. आई होप इट इज क्लियर टू यू. हाँ, क्या